Capitol Review. Joining us is Colin Reed, a Republican political strategist with the D.C.-based South and Hill. Colin, welcome back to Capitol Review.
Hey, Mark, nice to be here. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you as well. Colin, the president receiving support from the majority in the Republican Party for his boat strikes, but critics say that the fentanyl problem is actually coming from Mexico, and they question the strategy. Your reaction?
Well, two separate but related issues. One, in Venezuela, I think it's indisputable at this point, the people of Venezuela, the neighboring countries, the United States, everyone's going to be better off with Nicolas Maduro out of power. How that happens and how, if it happens, remains to be seen. But he's a bad guy, and the country's fallen into absolute disrepair under his leadership. And he's also a proxy for countries who wish us harm, like Russia, Iran, China, etc. So this issue needs to be dealt with, and hopefully it is. But as it relates to the boat strikes, look, President's getting tough on Maduro. There's a lot of noise right now. Congress is looking into the actions of what's happening. That's the appropriate role of the oversight branch. But there was also a piece in the Washington Post this morning suggesting that the Obama administration did many things similar to what happened in Venezuela as well. So a lot more to come here. But make no mistake, Nicolas Maduro, bad guy, and needs to be dealt with.
President Trump pardoning former Honduras President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted on drug trafficking offenses and was sentenced to 45 years. Is this a bad look for the administration that has been taking a strong stance about preventing drugs from coming into the country?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that question. They've got to be really mindful of that, because people in large, many people voted for President Trump because he promised to get tough on the border, because he promised to get tough on fentanyl that's destroying too many of these communities. And frankly, he's done that in his first 11 months. The southern border with Mexico right now is as secure as it's been in the foreseeable recent memory. But I also think the president's been pretty clear that anyone he views as having been done a disservice by the previous administration's Department of Justice, and that's what he views happening here, he views with great sympathy. So it's two competing cross currents, and he's got to be very careful not to lose that advantage he has with getting tough on the border and getting tough on fentanyl.
All right, Colin, midterms coming up. Still a lot can happen between now and then. Can you see Democrats using these issues, for the midterms?
It's going to be awfully tough for Republicans next year. It always is for the party in charge. They knew that. They always knew that. As soon as they won last year, the party in charge in a midterm tends to have a sail into some tough headwinds there. I do think, though, Mark, that we have the 11 months now of essentially Republican control. Now is the time to really get some things done that they can take into that midterm, especially as it relates to the economy, which is, as it has been forever, always the #1 issue on voters' minds.
Let's switch gears, Colin. An issue that maybe didn't really gain much traction nationally, but Republican Matt Van Epps holds off a Democratic upset bid in Tennessee in the special election. Is that a good sign for Republicans after the November election?
Well, first of all, it was almost a double-digit win. So for all the hand-wringing about how close this margin was, a 9-10-point win is still a 10-point win. Inches and almost only count in horseshoes and hand grenades. But I'll say this: it was a warning sign. The Republicans need to take nothing for granted, and they need to be very clear in the new year about what they're doing on the economy, so they have a message to run on in 2026. And hopefully, they'll be able to do more legislative items here in Capitol Hill, but also as components of this one big beautiful bill that passed last summer take hold. Hopefully, that will jumpstart and juice the economy. People will start to feel better about their financial well-being, and that always translates to political success as well. So a lot to go. It was a warning sign, to be sure, but also some of this hand-wringing is a little overwrought as well.
Colin Reed, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.